Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Freldren. As you can see, I am back in Star Trek Online. Today I'm going to be going over two new items from the Lobi store. Originally I was going to try to do these right off the bat when they first came out, but I didn't have enough Lobi. But because the current event is a featured event, it means we're getting points towards the event campaign. And as you can see right here, I have completed it. And one of the items you get is 1,500 Lobi crystals. So I use that to buy those new items. You also get two tier 6 ship 100% discounts coupons. Pretty self-explanatory. I'll use those at some point. I don't know when. And then you also get the event campaign prize premium tier 6 ship choice. I was originally going to do a video on this, picking a ship, but I didn't really have any time to go over this. There's so many ships in here, and I haven't really decided on what I want, and I still have to look at more of them, and so it'll be a whole thing. It'll be maybe a little while before I show that off, because I want to try to pick a ship that is either going to be a main ship, or I'm going to be taking the item or like the starship trait from it and adding it to my current ship. But yeah, it's a whole thing, so that'll be some other time. But again, because we got the Lobi crystals from this, I was able to afford the two new items. They're ground items. We got the Romulan repeater pistol. This is kind of standard plasma pistol, I guess. You can see right there it says plasma damage, 130.4 plasma damage, 217.3 DPS, 5% chance, 57.2 plasma damage per second for 10 seconds, ignores shields, and it's got some crit severity. And then our secondary attack, expose attack, or beam barrage as it's called, maintain plasma damage, 58.4 plasma damage, 233.8 DPS, 5% chance. Again, we got more of that extra plasma damage, and then the same crit severity. So it'll be interesting to see how that looks. I know there's a few weapons that have something similar to that. I haven't gone over these yet. I haven't tested them or anything. So that's gonna be interesting. I believe it's just gonna be like a long, sustained beam, and I believe once you've killed the enemy or your main target, you can move over and hit another target with it, or you can just kind of move it around quite a bit and hit a whole bunch of enemies with it. So we'll see how that works. The next one, I originally thought this one was a weapon, but it is a device, and we do have something similar to this, so I'll be going over that too in comparison. But yeah, this is the Klingon Superior Officer Dagger, Kelvin. Oh, they're both Kelvin, by the way. That was also Kelvin. So, but yeah, this one, this has a passive, and I tried to look this up. I don't think we have any other devices that has a passive ability, at least not that I know of. This is one of those things where it kind of sucks when you don't have all the items in the game, so you don't know if something else has something similar. So I as far as I know, no other device item has a passive. So what does this give us? It gives us, whenever you deal melee damage, plus 10 all damage resistance rating for 10 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. You also get a plus 3% run speed for 10 seconds, stacks up to 5 times as well. So it's usually pretty good having some resistances and some run speed when you're a melee character, because the closer you are to the enemy, I believe, the more damage you take. So when you're melee, you're gonna be in close range. And then the run speed also helps because you're gonna be running from enemy to enemy while you're doing melee. So that's pretty good. And then the activate ability, 129.1 physical damage, 59 or 56.9 DPS. And then we got plus 2% crit chance and plus 20% crit severity. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this works. Like I said, there's another device that we have from a mission. I believe it's called into the blue or something like that. It's one of the Terran missions, so it's not too hard to get. You can go ahead and do that mission and get it. But yeah, let me go ahead and equip these. All right, so here's our two new weapons we have, or well, weapon and ground device. And this is the one I was talking about. It's from the mission. Let me actually bring it up here. Blue Shift, I believe. Hold on.
Janeway and a team of specialists.
Yeah, Blue Shift. So in the Terran Gambit missions here, and I can't really remember. It's been a while since I've used it, so I can't remember if it throws a single dagger or multiple. I think it's just a single dagger. But as you can see here, it does 225.9 physical damage, increased up to double against targets below half health, and has a 50% chance to root for 3 seconds. It's not bad. Does more damage, I guess, than this one. So we'll see how that kind of compares. I'll pick a target that's like basically the same. I'll probably go fight the Borg. That's what I usually do when I do weapon videos for ground. And this is perfect because they're melee. Well, okay, they're physical and they're not melee. And they're not weapons. I keep forgetting they're not weapons. But yeah, since this one requires you to have a weapon for melee weapon for the passive, I'm gonna be using the Batleth of Stovacor. This you get from the as a reward for being a Klingon recruit, and then you can get it on your alt characters. This is for doing the Klingon recruit, like little missions and stuff. You get little special missions. You got like complete a whole bunch of melee to get it, and then like a whole but like 100 melee or what, I can't remember exactly. Is it like 1,000 melee to get like the fully upgraded version or something like that? But I figured I think this is like my only melee weapon I really have, so I'll use that. But yeah, we'll see if we can get that to proc for the passive. I'm wondering, I know this again, this is not a weapon and it's technically not melee, but this physical damage. I wonder if that can proc the dagger. I don't know, maybe we'll see. But yeah, first I'll probably go over this one, and then I'll go over this because this will be a little bit more complicated. Seeing the differences between it, like the primary damage it does, and the fact that this one can do more. I mean, off the bat it does more, but it has the potential to do even more when targets with lower health. And so yeah, we'll see what the difference is. We'll get that to proc. So yeah, all right. I'm probably gonna go to the Fara, which is where I usually go with the Borg. So I'll be right back. All right, so I'm here on Defara. I have this stuff equipped, but I came across a little snag. Apparently you can only have one of these devices at a time equipped. So I have the new one equipped right now. Because yeah, if I try to put this in, you can only equip one of that item. So apparently they're like the same base item. I don't know if this is to prevent any like bugs, or if it's to prevent, you know, extra DPS. I don't know. So yeah, we'll do those individually. So hopefully you can kind of see the difference. So yeah, first I'm going to go over the Romulan repeater pistol. We'll see how that works. I am fighting the Borg, so I will have to use the remodulator, but that is fine. I didn't upgrade these because I want these as is. I don't, and then I need to save all my upgrade stuff. So, yeah. Ooh, this looks like it has a superior slash, so it does have an extra thing. Where's my, wait, is that from, hold on, is that from the new equipment? Let me see here. Oh, that is, it replaces your melee. Okay, all right, Yeah, the melee is just a standard melee, it looks like. So, all right. Let's, I guess these guys will work. All right. Oh, I see. Okay. I thought it was going to be a beam attack, but it's just, it fires a whole bunch more. Let me, unclick that there. All right. So primary attack only. Any more enemies? Right there. Oop. All right, you. All right, it has a bit of like an inconsistent firing. Okay, it's kind of weird. All right, let's unclick that one. And we'll use the secondary only here. Did that work as proper? I don't know. Let me test that again. Okay, so it does a lot more firing. All right, that's pretty good. I don't know why you'd use a primary attack. I guess there is a bit of a pause. Oh, here's a tougher one. So there's a bit of a pause. So I guess you need the first one and the second one in conjunction to each other. Oh, immune again. Doesn't seem to be doing a lot of damage. I mean, I just took out shields, but let me actually hit that. Oh, I got a little bugs helping out. All right. All right, get some decent crits on it, but the overall main damage isn't. All right, wait for those guys to go away. They pop up when I take damage. But the overall, I mean, it fires pretty quick. It's got like a bit of a pause to it. It's not bad. It'd probably be pretty decent, fully upgraded. All right, not bad. I don't mind it. I'll probably put it into rotation. Let's go ahead and use our, actually go ahead and right click these so they're not auto firing. I want to use the, let's see, full health enemy would be better. Use you as our new kit ability. Oh, it's an actual melee. Oh. And it procs itself. Okay, so it's a melee attack for your weapon, and it procs itself. So I didn't need. Okay. You can just spam that too. Okay. I was expecting more of a. Oh, you have to actually target. Oh, wasn't that? Okay, there we go. Okay, so I can't hit him. Okay, you don't have to actually be targeting him. You can just whoever's in range. All right. Does that how the other one work? I don't remember if that's how the other one works. Let me get a combat here and equip it. Okay, so the other one does also take up your weapons melee slot. Got a little bit of cooldown after equipping it, so. Oh, just right click, have it go on its own here. Oh, if he's going to use it, there we go. You can't spam this one. You have to let it do its own attack. But it does seem to go pretty fast. We can take it off of auto attack. Oh, no, you can. Okay, for some reason the thing was a little bit bugged. All right. Not bad. Let me put the other one back on. This kind of sucks. You can't have them both on at the same time. We're gonna wait for the cooldown here. Maybe. Yeah. Well, this doesn't show a cooldown number. The other one did. It's a little bit bugged when you're trying to use it sometimes. You try to take it out when you click melee. Maybe put it on auto. And now it's going slow. The other one was pretty decently fast on auto and kind of okay when you're manually clicking it. This way you can kind of just... Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, after you get the initial hit, I guess. So it looks like if I just spam it, it's not actually doing anything. If I click it once and let it go, then I can spam it. All right. Let's see if the other one works that way. Oh, and of course I gotta wait the cooldown. This one, I don't know why this one's got a cooldown timer and the other one doesn't. I mean, it's just a visual bug, but that's fine. It's probably about the same amount cooldown. All right, so let's go up to an enemy and just kind of spam it and see how it works here. So he just keeps, okay. So you have to let the initial hit go. Then you can spam it. All right. So they're about the same. The difference being this one has the chance to do more damage to the enemy if they're lower health. I believe it's half health. Increases to double, yeah, against targets below half health. So this one is if you want to do more damage for the tearing knife, but the new one is if you want to be tankier because it gives you this passive. So I guess it kind of depends on your playstyle. You want to be tanky or you want to be more DPS. So you kind of have to figure out which one you want more. So yeah, overall, I'd say it's a pretty good item. It doesn't, you know, it wasn't what I was expecting, but it's actually pretty good. I was expecting it to be a throwing knife. Because I know there's a throwing knife in the game. I just can't remember what it's from. I know there is one that you get to use when you're playing. I was a Lucky 7. The one of the missions you get through the Dominion War story arc. But you don't get to keep it, I don't think. Do you? You might be able to keep it. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But either way, it's different from this because this is a device. If that's a device too, then I wonder if you can equip that at the same time, or if it's a melee weapon, actual proper melee weapon. So, but yeah. Anyways, so far these aren't too bad. Let's go ahead and go over. Actually, oops, wrong one. Let's go over the gun itself and actually have the melee weapon equipped. Let's go to a group of enemies that are bigger and see what it looks like when I attack them with the auto attack on. So let's get up to these ones. Let's just fire. All right. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I'm not close enough to actually melee them. But when I am... Okay. Even though my main weapon I need to remodulate, I still do a lot of... or some melee damage. So you're probably going to want to have it off auto attack and just have it so when enemies get near you. Oop, dying here. So yeah, when enemies get near you, you can just kind of get it out and spam it, I guess. I guess you can't really spam it when you're on auto attack. Okay. So it's just kind of not meant to be used as a primary, which I guess makes sense because it's not an actual weapon, it's a device. All right, that makes sense. All right, there you have it. Let me see if I can get you a better view of this thing. Oh, what is it? How do we get rid of this? Nope, that's that one. Nope, wrong one again. There we go. All right, all right, looks pretty good. I like it. It's not too bad. Now, I don't think it has a visual. Oh, it does have a visual, but my my arm's in the way there. All right, it doesn't look too bad. I do like the look of it. All right, so yeah, overall, not too bad. It has a bit of a stuttering for the weapon itself, but the device, you can actually use this as like a weapon, even though it's a device, and just kind of spam it after you let it do its initial attack. I don't know if you'd want to do that. I think it's more of a enemy gets close to you, you hit it, you run off because it gives you the runs. Wait, I'm on the wrong one. Hold on. I was reading that and I was like, wait a minute. All right, so it gives you, I guess it doesn't say it right there either. I guess it's only when you're in here. So yeah, it gives you that 3% run speed, stacks up to 5 times. So if you're not into melee, enemy comes up to you, you hit them with that and you run off, you get a little extra damage resistance rating, then you go back into your main firing mode. All right. Not too bad. Yeah. I kind of wish you can have both of them equipped at the same time, but you can't. Be kind of interesting, but I guess it's because it takes up your melee slot for your weapon, so I guess that makes sense. But overall, I'd say they're pretty decent. Visually, pretty good. The damage output's not too bad. Obviously, it'd be a lot better if I had it upgraded. So, yeah. I'll probably work it into rotation, and I could also put this on any other weapon too. So, actually, let me try that. See, I didn't need an actual melee weapon for this. Now, this one has a second. Does this have ability? I believe this one has an ability. Let me unequip that. Oh no, it's a melee. Duh. Okay. Sick. If you have a melee option, it'll go there. I believe there's some weapons that don't have a melee thing. They have like another like energy weapon ability, and I don't have any of those on me right now, so I can't show that off. But yeah, it'll work with any weapon, so that's nice. Doesn't matter which one you have. So yeah, overall, I do recommend it if you want, a little extra melee, I guess. Help you get out of melee range. Give you little resistances, I guess. It's not end all break all thing, so it's nothing like too special. Same with the weapon. There's a lot of plasma weapons out there that are probably better, so get it if you want the visual. Is my recommendation. So yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, all those good stuff down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.